Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to Hire Drills, the show that makes the job search more joyful and maybe less successful. Each episode, three unemployed folks compete in a series of job search related drills, and their performance will be judged by just somebody who has a job. I'm Carly Reimann, and I'm not just your co host, I'm one of the three unemployed contestants vying for a stranger's approval. Play the music.
The job search for a job you quit it. More humanity, less dignity, no shame. Pull your hope from the flames. Job hunting's a game, so let's play. Higher drills, higher drills. When our hearts get low, we get higher drills, higher drills. We think we are clever, but the internet's forever.
Now, let's meet this episode's judge. The honorable judge, Amanda Dinsmor, is the global creative director at Gallagher, which definitely counts as a job. Welcome, Amanda.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm so happy you're here. Now, let's meet my rivals. Simon Collier is a talented and charismatic fraud security expert who's presently between gigs. Welcome, Simon.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hi. Nick Lloyd is my co-host, good friend, a talented brand director, and a deeply repugnant professional nemesis who's just as unemployed as the rest of us. Hi, Nick.
Hi.
Now, Amanda, the good book says, judge not, lest ye be judged. What qualifications gives you the authority to decide our fates?
Well, I've basically built a career on judging people, so this is perfect for me.
That's great. That's so
I love
smart.
that. That's
Perfect.
You're in your judgment era. Can you give me an example?
Oh gosh. No.
Okay.
Keep it circumspect.
Don't show your hand.
Lock that stuff down.
Truly. Secret family recipe. Simon, aside from being my real life friend, it says here that you're a fraud investigator. What do you have to be good at this job?
Notice like patterns and stuff and be able to say not in my house to people who are doing bad things.
You should say that in an interview.
What do you bring to what strengths do you bring to the table? A fierce finger wag.
Yeah. Now, Nick, the script literally says, sorry, we ran out of time and I can't ask you about your background.
We should just go right on to the first drill. Drop everything. It's a hire drill. Wear the casualist outfit you could wear at the office without getting immediately fired. This drill asks our contestants to redefine Casual Friday for our hybrid world. What is the casualist you can get away with without getting immediately canned? And to be clear, getting sent home is not getting fired. Judge Dinsmor will have 10 points to distribute this round however she so chooses. First up is Carly. You have 60 seconds to explain this getup to the Honorable Amanda.
Listen, this is just a Sunday afternoon for me. Minus the jean shorts, they're very weather dependent, but man, do I have my butt kickers with my Doc Martens on. I have a knee-high sock to keep my shins warm and protected from bugs. But most of all, collared shirt says I'm ready for business or party. But then the harness is a little bit of me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tell you what I like, and that's what I like. So,
Simon, I know that you work in sort of safety.
Sure.
Like, is this harness appropriate for like job safety?
I don't know if OSHA would appreciate that type of harness, but yes.
One question. Does the harness serve a functional purpose in the office place, or?
it makes my chest look great.
Noted.
Yeah.
I feel like you could hold a pencil in there too if you needed to.
Yeah. I could probably attach a key ring.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Our time is up. Simon is.
So as you can see here, I'm investigating the heck out of that frog. In the fraud world, a lot of times people think you're saying the word frog. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I was a frog investigator instead of a fraud investigator, which is a very casual activity. And what you don't know is that under that trench coat, I'm just wearing a t-shirt and shorts.
What can one see in a plastic frog that with a magnifying glass that you can't see with the naked eye?
Oh, dust. A lot of dust. A lot of cat hair.
So is this a dress for the job you want, Susan?
Yeah, exactly.
I know I'm not a judge, but I do have to ask, is this really a picture of you, or is this a picture of three kids standing on each other's shoulders?
I can't disclose everything. But part of fraud is there's trade secrets, and you can't let anybody know your robust rules. But I will say that the trench coat and hat were both my wife's and didn't fit.
I would like to, in my mind's eye, just have you being one-sleeved,
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'll hop into mine. I was at a conference in financial services last year, and I went to the Orion Portfolio Solutions, and I found that wonderful t-shirt, and I thought this would be great as a belly shirt. And what's more cash than bringing your special needs cat to work? I think that's really, one of the ways that people can be casual, but also approachable and human. I don't want to overcommit to Orion, so I'm wearing the corporate branded socks of InvestNet, which is their sworn enemy. So this is a little bit of a Sharks Jets situation, which brings like neutrality. And I think being like sort of emotionally neutral is like a good state for the corporate world. I wore khaki shorts or khaki material shorts, but then I brought like an undershort just to make sure that modesty is preserved. And I think modesty is one of those very important qualities in a corporate environment.
And Nick, what about hand placement? Your cat?
Oh,
the cat okay?
I see it now. Yeah. Modesty.
Somewhat regrettable. She likes to be held, but I think I got a little closer to.
Shall we get to the judging?
Did you and Carly pre-plan the one leg up pose and not share that with Simon?
No. Nick's had his casualist employee planned and locked in for a while. I had another iteration that I didn't really even consider my lower half. So for this iteration, I needed you to see my Doc Martens.
I gotta say, in the middle of this leg up sandwich, I do feel a little left out.
That's probably a good thing.
All right. I think I've got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Carly and Simon, there are notes of formal notes to the attire, I think. Even with the harness, it's like a formal piece. And the fedora or whatever woman's hat you're wearing, it's not quite casual, but I think you both did a great job, and I'm going to give you 3 points each. The cat helps, Nick, but I think the belly, so much belly being exposed, maybe tips the scale slightly in your favor, and I'm going to give you 4.
Well, thank you. And that brings us to our next drill. Send 25 LinkedIn connection requests to people who share your first name with a variation of, all Nicks should stick together. We never know when a rough Nick will try to tear us apart. Best response wins. Let's just dive in. Who's up first? Simon.
I took a different approach. The name Simon Collier is a common name. So you'll see in the breakdown here, I did not get any responses. That's fine. But I said, hello, Simon, it's Simon. Wow, we already have so much in common. People always say Simons are always the coolest dudes. Can't argue with that. I want to create the largest network of Simons supporting Simons. You rule. Would have thought somebody would have wanted to reply to that, but they didn't. As I approached the 25 number, I first wanted to target the demographic of specifically Simon Colliers. So of the 25, 9 requests were sent to other Simon Colliers, and then the rest were just random other Simons. Of the 6 people who accepted, only 2 Simon Colliers said yes. I feel pretty good about that. And then this one Simon Collier specifically is the director of information technology at the New Brunswick Community College. So if I'm ever in Canada, I know who to call.
Hello to that Simon Collier
Yes.
in particular.
Thank you.
I'm up next. I would say that this was a far more exciting and terrifying process than I had anticipated. For someone who's in marketing and like theoretically I talk to strangers every day with my writing and my creative, actually talking to strangers, way more stressful. And I was gratified that most of the people I reached out to are now my new connections, including a global group creative director at Ogilvy. I generally hewed pretty close to the prompt that Carly provided, but I did riff with some millennial style hashtags. I think it really resonated.
Hello, Nick. I'm reaching out because I believe all Nicks should stick together. And I think you feel it too. We never know when a rogue Nick will try to tear us apart in the workplace. Hashtag too legit to Nick.
I did get a response from a person named Nick P. All of them have the same first name, but all of the responses were from Nick. He responded to say nothing of the Ricks and Micks. I mean, I think we have a natural sort of rhyming rivalry, and he, I think, was pretty astute to put a finger on it.
Yeah.
I've since reached out to him, and he's told me a little bit about what life is like at his company, and also given me tips on how to get started fly fishing. Apparently, you should go to rivers and then look for places where like dogs and other animals are already sort of like diving into the water, and like that's where you should cast your first line. So now you have a fly fishing tip and a budding rivalry with people whose names rhyme with me and a part of the anatomy. Okay.
I really thought that this was a brilliant prompt when I thought it up, because I was like, wow, 25 people, that's a lot of people. That's a full classroom of children. So I was very excited. And I specifically targeted Carly's who spell their name correctly, Carly. I was real straightforward in my connection note. I said, thanks for connecting, Carly. All Carly should stick together. We never know when a rogue Nick will try and tear us apart in the workplace. Which is fair. Nicks are everywhere. And I got so few connections accepted. I counted fully and cheated a little. I did accept one Carly in when I did this task in so it is technically 8 out of 25, but I want to be fully transparent.
She's cooking the books.
I only got one response, and it was 3 days ago. And it said, ha, agreed. Happy to connect.
It is 15th. Carly, when did we do this?
Like 10th or something. Like a full month ago.
I just can't imagine how this woman has been wronged by a Nick in the work.
I mean, knowing our Nick, can't you imagine? So I did go through and I looked at their titles, and there is a vice president of account director. She's vice president account director. Saying it out loud does not make sense anymore. At a major ad agency, I didn't put the name of the ad agency because I didn't want to out her. You know, she didn't respond. She just accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel bad for my Simon Collier now. Sorry, buddy.
why?
Because he didn't agree to it either.
Oh, right, because you gave his whole name.
I did.
I guess us Carlys are a little bit more demure.
Sure.
But, agreed. Happy to connect. No period. So you have 10 points to hand out.
All right.
I worry how this goes for me.
Well, I do think, Simon, your prominent connection was an international one, which I think is impressive. Definitely going to consider that. Honestly, Nick, I think the most impressive thing about your connection is this fly fishing. I think, Carly, I have to consider the fact that it seems like your connection may be the most prominent of the three you guys were able to connect, because that's a vice president role. With that, I think I'm going to give Carly 6. And Simon and Nick, I'm going to split the other 4 amongst you 2 and 2.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Here's how our scores compare. Simon has 5, I have 6, and Carly has jumped way out to a big lead with 9 points. So our next drill is write yourself a professional reference from your pet. So mine is from Priscilla. You guys have actually already met Priscilla. She showed up in my casualist employee. I'll just read it out loud. I recommend Nick because he is very tall and also good at disposing of my poops, even when I go outside the box. Sometimes when he's on a Zoom meeting, he'll walk around holding the laptop in one hand. And then, just as a colleague asks him the question, his toes will discover something warm and gooey on the hallway floor. He doesn't get upset. He just calmly answers the question as he bends down to check to see if I'm doing okay. And I am. I just get overwhelmed sometimes. And he tidies everything up when he's off camera and on mute.
If you want someone who stays calm and caring when you're in the... Nick's your guy. He's my second favorite human after Mama. And that's Priscilla the wobbly cat.
That's very cute.
Who swears like a sailor.
Oh, yeah. We'll just
Precious.
go straight into the next one, Carly.
Firstly, wow. Mom is so good at jobs. I don't know exactly what brand strategy or an optimized marketing funnel or scroll stopping creative are, but they smell like peanut butter and they make Carly Mom use her happy voice. She does many things on the clicky board. I usually nap when she starts talking about campaign performance and tone alignment. This is part of her workflow, I think. I don't speak English, but she sounds smart, powerful, kind. Like she could lead a Fortune 500 company and toss popcorn to me at the same time without breaking her concentration. Also, you should know she never calls her coworkers sweetie peaties, which is what she calls me when she's happy. Sad for them, but overall very professional. However, Carly Mom has areas of improvement. Sometimes she will brush your fur or teeth. That's never fun. But she gives praise after doing hard things. She leads her team like she leads me, with kindness, snacks, firm boundaries, and occasional consensual belly rubs. She makes everything better, like cheese. When Carly Mom is not doing the work thing, she is also very good at giving soft rubbies on my ears, looking into my eyes and knowing I want a frozen peanut butter treat right now. Big ideas. Making the words sound real good. People stuff like teamwork, leadership, and empathy and whatever strategic alignment is. Not getting mad when I bark during Zoom. In conclusion, Mom is very cool and good, and her lap is the best place to nap, even when she's on a long meeting. She gently rubs my ears and gives direct yet encouraging feedback to her team and stakeholders alike. If you want the best cuddles and really good marketing, you should hire Carly Mom. Bonus points if the office is dog friendly. Sincerely, Meatball, Bartleby Jones Reimann, Chief Marketing Officer and good.
Oh.
Bargaining.
It's making more sense to me why Nick's belly was out in the casualist outfit because of the consensual belly rubs, it seems like.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, they're consensual.
and red.
Why don't we go straight into you, Simon?
My cat, we pretend, is a British orphan. It is with moderate annoyance that I write the following. This shall serve as much of an endorsement as I, Benjamin Rupert Powers Collier, can muster for Simon Collier. For the purposes of this endorsement, I will refer to Simon as the man, as this is how I have referred to him throughout our working relationship. The man came to me as a backfill for an open position with my mother. He has proven to have a very warm lap that I have grown to enjoy sitting on to take both naps and baths. He also produces a high yield of heat, meeting all of my KPI standards for naps in the bed. His pets have improved steadily over the years, and he goes above and beyond with treats without me even needing to ask. The man is not going to be for everyone, but if you give him a try, I believe that you too will come to tolerate him. And then that's my sweet little boy.
Amanda, the floor is yours.
This is the most adorable segment. So I just want to note that. I felt like a few of them may have been a little bit over the top or maybe even, prompted. One of the responses, one of the references seemed the most measured and believable. And that's why I'm going to give Simon 8 points and Nick and Carly, you'll each get 1.
Wow.
And we'll like it.
Ben was honest. He doesn't mince words.
And Ben is British, so immediately credible.
Yeah.
Immediately credible.
Let's just drive straight into our final drill of the day. Film a rom-com meet cute about you and a real company you recently applied to. This is worth 20 points. I think you're going to really notice the romantic and dramatic chemistry that we have with potential future employers out there. If you're listening or watching, if you've been tagged on LinkedIn, this is the sort of sparks that could fly between each one of us and the 1,000-person organization all at once.
Welcome to Netflix newest reality show, Locked In, The Mortgage Games, presented by Rate.com. Okay. So this is like HGTV meets the Hunger Games. And I'm not here to make friends. I'm here for that 3.25 fixed.
I already optimized my rate.com profile, uploaded my docs, pre-qualified, and pre-crushed my pre-game quiz. I'm not losing to someone who just learned what escrow is. You must be my biggest threat.
Or your future co-borrower. Depends on how this week goes.
She's smart. She's fast. She corrected the host's definition of amortization. I might be in love.
So are you like more of a 15-year or 30-year kind of guy?
You know, it depends. How long are you planning on staying in this reality show love triangle?
Long enough to lock up that rate. Maybe find a co-borrower if this works out. I came for the mortgage. Period, hands down, end of sentence. But I may stay for the guy with the well-structured debt repayment plan.
So, which one's yours?
Oh, the Labradoodle over there.
Oh, wow, she's energetic.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be chasing that doodle like that?
Oh, yeah. That's Terrence. He's mine too.
He looks kind of terrified.
That's his happy face, I think.
Mine's the pug in the corner. Colonel Semicolon.
Oh, she's the one laying next to Janet, my little corgi.
What a cutie. Looks like Colonel Semicolon's already made a best friend.
Yeah, Janet's a real charmer. But not half as cuddly as Godfrey, my little Frenchie over there by the benches.
You have 4 dogs?
Oh, no, all of them are mine.
You know, your home must be wild.
No, no. They don't live with me. I rent them out by the hour.
You hire 28 dogs by the hour?
Upwork has tens of thousands of freelancers at your disposal at once.
I guess I'm a one at a time kind of guy. Old fashioned like that.
I can get behind that, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
And to think I left my home here in PayPalopolis so many years ago just to have to leave the big city and return to do a story on why payment processing is the true meaning of Christmas. Internal investigations analyst? What are you doing here?
Simon, is that you?
It is. I just got back to PayPalopolis. I'm here working on an assignment.
Wow, that all sounds so exciting. It's too bad you're only in town for a little while. So much has changed since you left.
You've acquired so many subsidiaries. I didn't think you'd notice that I was gone.
That's just it. Things may have changed here in PayPalopolis, but not me. I still remember every Google search you made, every Slack DM you sent, and every meme you shared. Those mattered to me.
They did? Even the non-work-related DMs that I sent to my wife that I didn't think anyone would see because I wasn't using my work email?
Especially those. You could have stayed and been an internal analyst. Think of all the investigations you could have done, all the secrets you'd know and not be able to tell a single person about. And you wouldn't have told them. It would have been so juicy.
I know, I needed to see what else was out there. I had to do my own internal investigations. Of myself. Internally.
But after all of that investigating, what I've come to realize is I just want to look for fraud, whether that be third-party threat actors or the people who laugh at my own bad puns. They are very bad and so abundant. Abundant. So are you ready? Ready to take the next step? I think so. If you'll have me. Of course I will, but what about your article about payment processing being the true meaning of Christmas? Oh, yeah, no, I made that up.
So those were our 3 meet cute. Simon, your portrayal of both sides of your relationship really struck me. There was a moment when you just looked away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It got to me.
Yeah. I hope these are eligible for Emmys and Oscars. We all did such a heartfelt and wonderful job. But I really wanted to get to the core of what it feels like being faced with a decision to come back to a company you broke up with, and maybe you rekindle that spark, but you're a little afraid of letting them back in.
And Carly, is there something that you would want to say to rate.com or to your co-star? Is there anything you thought was left unsaid?
My co-star could have worked harder, but to rate, I am a huge fan of reality TV, and documentaries. They balance each other out. But for this, I was on a big Love Island kick. And listen, if we're going to all live in a villa together, I'm going to lock in a low interest rate, which is what rate.com can help you do. But only if they hire me. I'm curious what Amanda thinks, though.
I thought they were all incredible, true connections across all, but I'm the judge, so I have to be judgmental. I think one out of the group, really, there was some real chemistry and connection. That's why I'm going to give Carly 10 points.
Wow.
Nick and Simon both deserve a solid 5 each. There really seemed to be some sizzle in that first one.
Carly, if you could just tell us our final scores.
Coming up in the rear, which is where he prefers it, it is Nick with 12 points.
Ooh. It's a layoff. It's not a firing. I have been assured by HR that this rejection is not about me. It's just only happening to me.
Right. And in second place, sandwiched between 2 friends, which is where he prefers it, it's Simon with 18 points.
Very good.
And humble brag to me, because right in front, which is where I prefer it, is me with 20 points.
Wow.
Unplanned.
Thank you guys so much for playing. Amanda, is there any sort of final judgments that you want to pronounce as our inaugural judge?
Yeah,
How much less hireable are we after this experience?
So much more. No, I want to thank you for asking me to join. This has been so fun. And I look forward to reviewing your resumes and applications soon.
And that's the end of our episode. I'd like to thank the Honorable Amanda Dinsmor and the phenomenal and ever hilarious Simon Collier for being our first judge and guest, respectively.
And thanks to everyone who's been watching along. Please like, subscribe, and share this with any unemployed friends you know who need a bit of a pick-me-up. And if you're hiring, please let us know. Until upper management has another hire drill, we've been Carly Reimann and Nick Lloyd.